Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another one of these morning coding challenges, and this time I'm going to make another one. I'm going to do another challenge from an easy one, 7Q from Codewars, and it says consider the word abode. We can see that the letter A is in position 1 and B is in position 2. In the alphabet, A and B are also in positions 1 and 2. Notice also that D and E in abode occupy the position they would occupy in the alphabet, which are the position 4 and 5. So basically their position in the word is exactly the one that it would be in the alphabet. Now I read this. Now I've read this before, so I have something prepared. I have. Well, you will see what I have prepared. But anyway, I hope you understand what they're saying. Basically, A has position 1 and is the same position in alphabet. Same for B, not for O, but for D and E. Also, they have the same position as they would have in the alphabet. And it says, given an array of words, return an array of the number of letters that occupy their position in the alphabet for each word. For example, solve this would give 41 because in this one there are 4 letters that occupy their position in the alphabet. Is A, B, D, E, then A, B, C, all of them, because it doesn't matter if they uppercase or lowercase. And then we got X, Y, Z, D, and only D occupies the same position in the alphabet, so you only get only one letter meets that criteria, right? See test cases for more examples. Input will consist of alphabet characters, both uppercase and lowercase, no spaces. Good luck. Okay, so let's copy the starting function in Visual Studio Code. And actually, when I copied this, I overwritten what I got. So the thing is, I did Google before how to generate an alphabet in JavaScript, but you can actually just put this how to generate alphabet JavaScript, and I found somewhere where there is the alphabet Stack Overflow generator. Okay. So let's try this one. I found somewhere where there was the alphabet. So let's just see what this give us. Let's say const alphabet equals this, and I will not explain this because this is not the point of the challenge. But instead of doing this, you could just find the alphabet and just put it as a string instead of creating an array of the letters. You could just create a string or an array with all the letters instead of generating it. But basically, kind of what happens here is basically making an array of an empty array of 26 elements. It's mapping to them, and then this is the index. So when it's mapping, this is the index. So what it's doing is saying string from char code y, which is the index, plus 65, and it's basically creating the char code from a number, right? And then it's joining them. Oh, so then it's joining them. So this will actually be a string at the end. So if we console log alphabet, now we would have to like run the function solve to actually get the console log. So node alphabet, and we get the alphabet. It seems we're getting it in uppercase, but it doesn't really matter because we can lowercase it when we check, right? So we have the alphabet in here, and what we have to do is map to this array, right? And check something for each function, and and return the number, check how many times in each element we have a letter that has the same position in the word as in the array. So what we want to do is we want to map to the array, so we're gonna say r return. We're gonna say return because we're gonna return the array that we're getting back, and we're gonna say return r map, and then we're going to get each word, right? Here you can give it any name, it's just the argument which represent the element, the element where the loop is, because basically map is going to loop through all the elements, and all the elements are gonna and a callback function. This callback function will be run for each element one by one, and it's gonna return the change value that you do, that you return it. Whatever you return here is gonna return instead of that element in the new array, right? So what we want here is for each word we want to open this function, and we're going to make like a counter of how many meet the condition. So we're gonna say let counter equals 0, and then we're going to say for let I equals 0, I less than word length. We're going to write, and then we're going to say I plus plus, and we're going to say if alphabet of, well, if alphabet of I, because we're basically, I is gonna be going from 0, is gonna look from 0 to the current word length, and is gonna check if alphabet of I to lowercase. We want to basically lowercase both things that we're comparing, so it doesn't matter if they're lowercase or uppercase. So we're just gonna make them both lowercase, and if they're equal, then we're gonna increase counter, right? So we're saying if alphabet I to lowercase equals word of I. So basically we're checking word of current position, word of I against alphabet of I, and if they are the same position in both, if those two things are equal, it means they are the same position in the alphabet as in the word. So then we're going to increase counter because we're counting how many meet the condition, right? So we're going to say if that is equal to word of I to lowercase, yeah, we're going to say counter plus plus, right? What's going on here? There's a mistake, word I to lowercase. It seems like I'm having some additional code. Do I not need this one? Oh, right, there was some additional thing for some reason. So yeah, I'm doing this. So I have this if, I have this for that I'm looping through all the letters in the word, and I'm checking if the letter in the word is at the same position in the word as it is in the alphabet, and I'm increasing the counter. And now after this for, what I want to return, I'm going to return counter. So for each element I'm returning the counter of how many letters in that word meet the condition. So I'm just going to say here return counter, right? So if I get this thing, for example, and check it, this array, we should get 4, 3, and 1. Okay, so I will say solve this, and let's clear this. Solve. Oh, I'm not consoling nothing, so I will have to say console log solve this here, and we get 4, 3, and 1. So let's copy this function Now remember, you don't need to do this thing. You could just put here, if you want, the English, I think the English alphabet as a string, if you don't understand how this one works, right? So let's copy this, put it in here, test it, and it's working, and everything is working, right? So let's submit this one. Alright, I hope you learned something. If you did enjoy this video, please give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.